Today we're going to work with lookups. There's an H lookup for a horizontal and a V lookup for a vertical, and then we're also going to use nested ifs. So if you'd enter the information that I have here, you'll see that they are not in the same order. Once you have that entered, and down here we'll use that lookup. So you're going to type in equal VLOOKUP. And I'm going to hit this F of X so you get the help screen. You do not need that, but then you can see what I'm doing. So I'm looking up the value over here, the Frank Farmer. I'm looking in this table, so hit F4 to absolute reference all of that. And then the column I'm returning is the second one. So I'm looking up Frank Farmer. I'm returning what's in the second column, the $85. Say OK, and copy that one on down. Name this worksheet Lookup. Then create a new worksheet. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. And we're going to name it Name Range. So actually you're just going to copy this one. So do a right click, move or copy, create a copy, move to end. I'm not doing it here as I've already created it, but that's what you would want to do. And then name this one Name Range. So in this one, you're going to highlight the table, that Ann Anderson to the $85, then come up in here where you name that range and name that to My Table with absolutely no space. Again, you can name any cell or group of cells within a workbook, but you can only use that particular name in this workbook, regardless of how many worksheets I have, one time to keep it straight. So now down here, we're going to again do equal VLOOKUP. And we're still looking up that same name, Frank Farmer. The table array we're looking up is My Table. We don't have to highlight it. We don't have to use the absolute reference. Naming it is an absolute reference. And then again, putting that 2 in for the second column to return that. Bring that on down, and we have the exact same numbers we do over here as we should, but it was just 2 different ways. Now create a new worksheet, name it H Lookup, and type in the information you have right here. You see here, then highlight this right here and name that one. Actually, we could even name that first one. We could name all of it. And name it Insurance in this name cell. Be sure and hit Enter, and again, no spaces. Now create a new worksheet. Name it Rates. Type in the information you see here. And now we're looking up what that new rate would be with this lookup, with this increase, excuse me. So we're going to do an H lookup. Again, we can hit this table. We're looking up the home. We're looking in the insurance, and we want to return the second row. And so this one's not quite done, but that will return that 5 cents or 5% increase. What we actually want to do is have that times the $9.50. And then we're also going to add the $9.50. You could also do that by doing times well, if you think of that, we want 100 and I can't remember the percent, 105%. So if this formula doesn't make much sense, we could change that to it equals this amount times that amount plus 1, which again is that 105%. Gives us the same values as it should. But that way you can see that you have a couple of choices. Then again, because this is an absolute reference, we don't have to worry about that. We can simply copy this on down, and that brings it with all those rates all the way down. So now make a copy of this worksheet, move or copy, create a new copy, move it to the end, name it ifs, and get rid of that formula in new rate. So now you're going to use an if statement, and you're going to find out it's a lot messier, a lot more awkward, but it certainly does the same job. This is right here. I'm going to put that, whoop, that's not what I wanted. It is what I wanted, but it's just a very long formula that's really hard to read. So I'm going to paste it in Word here. And I'll highlight all of this and make it slightly bigger. You do not want to have line breaks in yours. That is all one statement. Watch those parentheses. Make sure your numbers and values are in the exact same place as mine, meaning I'm looking up the B2, which is the home. Then it looks up B on the H lookup table, B3 first. So if we go here, B3 is where that insurance, oops, sorry, to the rate one, B3. So on your rate sheet, that B3 is car, so you're looking up the car, then the disability, then the home, then the medical. If it's true, then you're going to repeat or return these percents, so that's where that's coming from. And so you can see this formula does do the same thing. It is much messier to type in, much uglier to follow, so you can see the value of having V or H lookups and having tables, but this does do the exact same thing, which was the goal. And then bring this on down. These numbers, 997.50, 688.50, and I skipped the middle ones, but they should match these exactly. Right here, they do. And so then you did do the formula correct, and you did use all three nested ifs, H lookup and V lookup. Save this file and submit it into the lookup Dropbox. Thank you.